eternal.
It's February 2006 and Phil Ivey walks into the Wynn Resort's high-stakes poker room. He takes a seat opposite his adversary, a Texan billionaire named Andy Beal. He is about to play one of the biggest poker games ever hosted. The stakes are so high that a defeat could bankrupt not only him, but also 16 other poker legends. This massive confrontation had slowly built momentum since 2001. That year, a multi-millionaire Andy Beal, who had made his fortune as a banker, businessman and investor, walked into Wynn Casino and asked about the biggest limit games that were offered. Interested in playing heads-up for millions against the world's best, he asked to increase the stakes to unbelievable levels. The biggest games reportedly played by Beal involved blinds as high as $100,000 to $200,000 and a reported $11.7 million pot. No pros at that time had the money to play against him, and so they had to pool their bankroll to have enough funds to match the stakes in which Beal was interested in playing. The group included the likes of Ted Forrest, Jennifer Harmon, Doral Brunson, Todd Brunson, Howard Lederer, Chip Reeves, Gus Hansen, Phil Ivey, and Barry Greenstein. The first matches went the way of the corporation, and matches became less frequent, with the corporation starting to believe that Beal had decided to quit early. In 2006, however, Andy Beal returns, willing to play bigger than ever. The corporation collect as much money as they can and gather a total stake of $10 million. The corporation quickly loses all its initial investment, almost bankrupting some of the biggest names in the poker world at that time. After some calls, the players manage to borrow a last $1 million, and it's decided that Phil Ivey will carry the chances of redemption. Ivey against Beal is the showdown which will define the poker confrontation which has been going for years. With blinds starting at $30,000, $60,000, Ivey draws first blood in a first session that sees him winning back $2 million for a team. Beal is not ready to cut and run, however, and requests another match against poker's greatest star. By the time the second session has ended, the corporation are all smiles once again. Ivey has won another $4.6 million, recouping 2/3 of the early losses in the space of 2 sessions. Once more though, Andy Beal refuses to admit defeat and agrees to a new 4-hour battle with the blinds increased to $50,000, $100,000. If Beal can put together a good session, all Ivey's work could be undone. But with a methodical brilliance which has become his trademark, Ivey continues to bleed Beal dry. Finally, after 4 hours, the Texan stands to shake Ivey's hand and leaves. Single-handedly, Phil Ivey has won $16.6 million and rescued his team from disaster. His star performance will add further to his legacy, while Beal says he is finished with poker for good. But, as is always the case with true gamblers, an end can easily turn into a pause. In 2015, Andy Beal returned to Las Vegas, but by this time, the corporation had disbanded and gone their separate ways. So, the son of one of the members, Todd Brunson, gladly took up the challenge with his father Doyle watching on. They played just 1 session, and Todd Brunson single-handedly took Beal for $5 million, and once again, the Texan billionaire disappeared into the night.